Obviously, one of the big questions is how good will Deshaun Watson be? How much of the old Deshaun Watson will we see? Chris Sims, former NFL quarterback, ranked the top quarterbacks, his quarterback rankings. This is from NFL on NBC. Chris Sims unbuttoned.
Let me just tell you what I do know. He's a superstar. That's what he is. He's a superstar who's rusty, and I'm betting on the superstar to come back this year. That's all he was tough in this ranking. Because, you go back out to the film, it's not all perfect, right? Of course, he's not perfect, all right? But the things he has to fix, one, I've seen him do those things at a high level before, and two, my experience of playing the position, being around the league my whole life and all that, he's just got to get playing, get back on the bike a little bit. That's all it is. But, man, like Ahmed, his skills and tool set it's superstar.
And you saw this from last year's film.
Yeah.
You're not going back multiple years. This is last year, his rusty year.
His rusty year. Exactly right. Because I still see a guy that, has one of the best arms in football. It's an elite arm. It's elite. Again, it's in the class as far as if you want to accuracy on a 20-yard out route, Josh Allen will throw it the hardest in football, and then the next group of, Watson, Mahomes, Herbert, and that crew right there, he's in that crew of guys that can hum it in there and still be accurate.
And Scott, I always give a little bit of credibility to the guys that have played a position they're judging at the highest level, and the arm talent. All you have to do is sit on the field and watch it, and it jumps off.
Yeah, I do find it interesting that Sims said that because, he's got a really good arm. And to me, what sticks out about Deshaun Watson is it feels easy, right? Like the ball just comes out of his hand, and there's a little maybe three-quarter motion, and it gets there in a hurry. Where, Baker had a big arm, but it felt like his whole body was behind it. It just seems like Deshaun Watson is smoother. I don't know if I would have put him in the same arm class as Mahomes and Herbert. Like those guys feel, just from watching them on TV a bunch, that they have, and in person a couple times, that their arms might be bigger. And maybe that's just, like I said, because Watson makes it look easy. So I'm interested. It's interesting for Sims to put him in there. But 9 feels kind of right to me. If you're going to rank the quarterbacks, I think you could probably have a discussion from maybe 7 to 13. How you want to rank those guys. And so much of it depends on if Watson bounces back like Sims expects him to do. I'm leaning toward that. I'm leaning toward Watson being the player he was in Houston. Now he needs to show it. And to me, the question isn't just shaking off all that rust. There's the mental part of it, right? And we've talked about this before. Does he get past everything from the last 2 years? And does he go back to being the confident player that he was in Houston? Because he's admitted he didn't have that same confidence level when he played those 6 games last year.
Yeah, and you know what? If he does, that's the guy the Browns were banking on when they went out and got him, without question.